highly anticipated domestic bouts in years taking place with Daniel Dynamite Dubois and Joe Joyce going head-to-head in the ring. That one is going to be brilliant, and that's before the most dangerous heavyweight of all time takes on one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters as Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. meet in an exhibition bout the same night. I think that's the night that Rio will be sitting in front of the television and enjoying himself. Let's just show you the results from today. It's been a busy old day on BT Sport. A hat-trick of football matches for you we got going today, with a rather insipid display from Newcastle at home to Chelsea. Aston Villa against Brighton, also not short of controversy. A brilliant win for Spurs over Manchester City, and Manchester United round it off with a 1-0 win against West Brom, and it's a win that moves Manchester United into the top half of the Premier League table. There they go, on to 13 points and above Manchester City, which still means plenty around these parts. Meanwhile, for the visitors tonight, they remain 18th. 3 points from 9. A really struggle for them so far this season. They just can't keep going like that and expect to stay in the Premier League. They'll be frustrated this evening. They'll feel hard done by, but it's still just 3 points on the board for them. So much to talk about. We will, of course, get deep into the penalty decision, but from a Manchester United perspective, it feels like one of those nights where maybe the result was more important than the performance, and they got the result. Yeah, it definitely was. It was just, it was an ugly win, really, wasn't it? They didn't play the best football, and you know, hopefully that'll give them a bit of confidence now that they can go on. They created a few chances second half, I suppose, but you do feel a little bit sorry for West Brom and Slaven. I thought they played well at times, some good performances from them. And you have to wonder, where would United be without Fernandes? Everything goes through him. He creates chances, he scores goals, he scored a penalty. OK, a little bit of luck. Sam will think he's a little bit unlucky, but you know, he's broke the rules there. And you have to, me and Rio were speaking, you know, before Bruno came in, United could not really create a chance. And now he's here. Everything they do is good. He's through him. You have to wonder where they'd be without him.
Yeah, I totally agree. We were talking about him and saying you give the ball away far so much in this game. You give loads of balls away, good balls in good possession.
Bruno, the first league win at Old Trafford this season. Is there a feeling of relief after that? What are your thoughts?
No, I think, of course, it's really important to us winning this game. First of all, not because it's the first win at Old Trafford, but because we need points in the league. It was a tough game. I think we can do much better. We create a lot, but we have to do. I think we have qualities to do much better.
You're involved in both penalties. Just the first one, you look pretty adamant that you got the ball rather than that. Just give us your
yeah. Because I feel in the first moment I touched the ball, and after I touch the ball is the second contact. I think I don't see the image, but what I feel in the moment was I touched first the ball and after the player.
And at the other end, what is the thought process when you have to retake a penalty that you missed just moments earlier?
It's not good. It's not good because you need to do on the first one. Doesn't matter if the keeper comes out of the line. I'm not happy because okay, I scored the second one, but I need to score the first one. But at this point, the most important is the 3 points. It doesn't matter.
Just a case of perhaps feeling job done tonight after the international break.
Yeah, that is the point. 3 points was the most important today, and I think the job is done, but we know we can do much better, and we will do for sure.
And moving on from here, Başakşehir next. There is a feeling that you need to redeem yourself after the first result in Turkey.
No, it doesn't matter the result in Turkey. Now we know we have to win. We need points in the Champions League to keep in the first place, and this is what we will do.
Thanks, Bruno.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well done to him. He's the man who took advantage of the penalty that was awarded, but we need to talk about the penalty that was and then subsequently wasn't awarded. Peter Walton's part of our team this evening. Look, Peter, we're going to get right into this because there seems to now be a situation where the referee, for the second time today, it also happened in the match earlier on with Aston Villa, has gone across to a pitch-side monitor when it doesn't feel like a clear and obvious error. What's going on with this clear and obvious thing, first of all? Is that out the window now? Does VAR just look at everything?
No, the law hasn't changed and the interpretation of VAR hasn't changed. It does state clearly that it should be a clear and obvious error made by the match referee. And in both occasions that you've spoken about, the one at Manchester and the one at Villa Park today, personally, I didn't think there was a clear and obvious error in either of them, and I still think the penalties should have been awarded.
Okay, so what's happened here then? Once he's awarded the penalty, the referee has been asked by VAR to go back and look at his own decision. Look, we were asking last season to use the pitch side monitors more often, Peter, but not to overturn what feel like good decisions.
No, that's exactly right, Jake. And again, I'll go back to that word I keep banding about clear and obvious. I don't think the VAR should have got involved. In doing so, the VAR is introducing his own subjective viewpoint to it. And when he asked the referee to go over to that pitch side monitor, by inference, he's already putting pressure on the referee, because the referee is going over there thinking he may have missed something or got something wrong. So really, by doing that, they're lowering the consistency level that VAR is actually out to gain. So for me,
Peter,
I don't think he should have asked him to go over.
Either explaining it or looking at it anymore, it's a disgraceful decision. It's a completely disgraceful. He got it right first way round. He's gone there looking at it. How do you actually go against your decision that you made initially when you're looking at it closely in slow-mo? The more you look at it, the more it's a pen.
Yeah, Rio, you're right. I'm not arguing with you. I think it's a shin on shin. I think Glenn Hoddle mentioned that in matchday commentary. What's gone, in my opinion, there is that he's put pressure on the referee, the VAR, to go over to that monitor. Then he stood there. You can look in slow motion on the VAR, and that's already pressurising the situation. And I think David Coote there was not talked into a situation changing. He was misled in terms of going over there in the first place. I don't think he should have done.
Go on, Paul.
Look, I've seen it about 50 times. I still can't make my mind up, to be honest. I know it does look like a little bit of shin on shin, but it always looks...
Don't lie.
Honestly,
don't lie.
Look at him. Look, it does look like he touches the ball as well, just a little bit. And if, from another angle, you can see Bruno's reaction straight away to go and complain to the referee that I didn't actually foul him.
Mate, I used to complain about
I do
everything.
that, yeah. We'd all do that. Of course we would, but... Look, I don't think it's totally conclusive.
Can I come back on that one, Paul? Paul, I'd like to come back on that, because that's exactly what the point is. It wasn't clear and obvious. You're arguing maybe one way, I'm arguing maybe the other way, and really VAR there is to make sure the referee doesn't make a right ricket. He didn't in that instance.
Exactly.
Where do we go from here then now? Because if you're looking at little decisions like that, managers and players will be asking the referees to constantly go to the pitch side monitor. They're setting a precedent.
That's what will happen. You are setting a precedence, and I think you're setting a poor precedence in that. You know, we want the game to be played in the manner that we all love, and that's part of the game is opinion. Leave the opinion in, the subjectivity in, and only interfere when there's an obvious error, such as the hand of God. And I will cite that because that's exactly what VAR was introduced for, the hand of God. It wasn't introduced to forensically analyse every decision.
I agree, totally.
I know that obviously Paul remains to be convinced about whether that was a penalty. You are absolutely convinced that it should have been a penalty. We thought that maybe the referee hadn't been given necessary angles to get the decision right. But when you see what he saw, which is the same as what we're looking at, it's all there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's there. I think it's plain and simple to see. I think you've got to look at it from a West Brom point of view as well. They've come here, they've been tight, they've been a solid unit, they've kept to their game plan, and they're looking for little opportunities in a game like that. They get one.